I got your 2025 Reese Senior Bowl defensive risers and fallers right after this. What's going on, everybody out there? I'm your host, the WayneBreezie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to 2025 Defensive Reese Senior Bowl Risers and Fallers. And if you want to draft players, this is the draft to get these guys defensively 1000%. Welcome. Make sure you hit that like button. All right. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click on subscribe. All right. That means you click on that subscribe button. It should be in red. All right. If you're new, make sure you do that. Also, you can become a member by clicking on join to support the channel. Support what I'm doing here, bringing you this content and things like that. All support is welcomed. All right. All support is welcome. And make sure you guys leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think of the show, of what I'm going to be talking about on today's episode, about these defensive risers and fallers. Again, now, this is why, this particular draft, I wouldn't be surprised if it's focused more on the defensive side. I got two reasons why I feel that way. Number one, the Niners, to me, have blaring holes on the defense, especially up front in the trenches. They need to get these defensive tackles. This is a big draft for that. Number two, the defensive tackles and the edge rushers were coached by defensive quality control coach K.J. Wright. K.J. Wright was the coach of the defensive line. So that connection right there alone, I feel like the San Francisco 49ers are going to find some gems. You got a guy that spent time with these players in the locker room with these players all week long. He didn't coach the whole defensive side, but the front, the line, the get off, the edge, the speed, the rush, the run stuffing, that was all him. So pay attention to what the Niners may do in this particular draft, and make sure you check out some of my mock draft shows that I have right here on the channel, especially the latest WayneBreezie's mock draft 5.0. You're going to love it. I made some trades. You're going to love it. So make sure you check out that video as well. Let's get down to it, baby. All right, man. Listen, number one off the book, man. And you're going to hear a money sound for the players that are rising. You're going to hear a buzzard sound for the players that are falling, all right? Mike Green, look, I know there's some off the field stuff that may start to circulate, but until it does, this guy is going to be, in my opinion, the number 2 edge rusher off the board. It's going to be Abdul Carter from Penn State. It's going to be Mike Green from Marshall. His Senior Bowl week was so amazing, he bumped himself up to the first round. We're talking about a guy that was probably going to go second round, early second round, mid-second round, because he went to Marshall. Okay, he's 6'3", a little undersized, short arms. I know people pay attention to these little measurable thingy-majiggy-bajiggy-bajiggies, right? 77.28 wingspan, 32-inch arms. Those really short for these edge rushers. And the question is how well does he play against the run? Well, I think he's pretty decent against the run. Can he be better? For sure, but you're going to bring him in here, especially if the Niners decide to draft a guy like this, to not just be able to set the edge, but definitely pass rushing. Like, that's what you want. 17 sacks, 10 hits, 30 hurries, 131 tackles. 23 tackles for a loss. Ask me if I give 2 flying cares about his 32-inch arms. I don't care about that. No. Mike Green plays with an edge, and that's no pun intended, right? And you saw the one-on-one. You saw him blow up Josh Connerly, the tackle out of Oregon, who was playing on the wrong side. He was on the right side. He's a left tackle playing on the right side. He got blued up. That's a word, too, by the way. I just made that up. He got blown up. For sure. Got blown up. And after that was the end of Mike Green, because Mike Green, after that, he left. He said, I'm done. I'm going to withdraw here. Now, I don't know if it's because of some stuff that's going on off the field, but other than that, Mike Green definitely set himself up to rise. And I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if the Niners, if he's there at 11 and all the other stuff pans out, I would love for the San Francisco 49ers to make Mike Green the first round pick. That's just my opinion. I would love for that. And let me know what you guys think about that too. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people. Listen, it's usually I want to go interior defensive tackle, but if Mason Graham is gone and Mike Green is available, and if Mason Graham is available at 11, you go inside. But you gotta get Mike Green. You gotta get him because he's going to cause day one. Don't let the 6'3", 251. Don't let that fool you. This kid doesn't play like that. My only concern is, him against some of the bigger guys. Will he be able to use his speed to get around them? What happens when it's not the bigger guys and they're a little bit quicker out there on the edge? Will he get jammed up? We'll learn about all that. But as I continue to break down and watch his film heading into the draft, I think he's the guy. Let's get to the next player up there, man. Princely Umanmielen. I think that's how you say his name. Umanmielen. Edge rusher out of Ole Miss. I mean, I like his film. I do. I like the production that he did, but I didn't think he did anything to stand out. And they had two edge rushers there from Ole Miss as well. I mean, Ole Miss was represented very well. You had him, you had Jared Ivey, but his measurables mount up, man. 6'4". Look at the wingspan. He's probably going to be really good on setting the edge, tackling. 37 tackles, 14 tackles for a loss. 28 hurries. 16 hits, 10.5 sacks. Sacks are there. Sacks are going to be there. 55 total pressures. Only played 474 snaps. And again, like you had Jared Ivey, this young gentleman right here. I just don't think he did anything at the Senior Bowl weekend that was highly impressive. Did he win a couple of one-on-ones? For sure. Was he that dynamic out there? No. He didn't do anything to stand out. When you go to these practices, you're looking for players that do stuff that stand out. And then when they do it and stand out, can they do it again? And can they do it again? And see, I didn't get that from Princely. Now, that doesn't mean he's not going to be a good edge rusher, but I think he's got to go to a specific situation for him to activate on the next level. So he's going to be a faller for me. And let me know if you agree or disagree. It's all good. It's all love out there. Darius Alexander. Get this man a round of applause. This guy was going for like a 5th round, 6th round pick in the mock drafting. Everybody, now I've mock drafted him at least several times. I knew his production already in college. I said, I just need to see it in real life, in living color. Let me see it in real life and living color. Darius Alexander was probably the fireball out there. Didn't take a playoff, ran 100% in each rep, won several reps. I've posted several videos out on X on Darius Alexander. And the best part is he's versatile. I didn't know he was versatile until the Senior Bowl. See, that's what you get at the Senior Bowl. You're going to get the coaches to put you in a position that you don't normally play. He's a tackle. He's a 304 pounds. He's a tackle. They put him out on the edge. Now, he don't look 304 pounds. And I got these measurables from the actual committee from the Senior Bowl. 6'3", that's nice, perfect height for a tackle, right? Perfect height. But when you put him out on the edge, he has the ability, he's like a nice speed to power rush combo because he's so used to rushing the passer from the interior. But when he gets out there on the outside, he found ways to win using the arm rip, the dip technique, the swat the guy out the way. So many different moves, man. Shout out to the defensive players out there that know the actual terminology for what these guys do. But yeah, man, it was fun watching this little fireball play from Toledo. 304. Whoo, he got big size hands, man. If he could catch a pass, he has a pick. So his interception actually in college is a pick 6 too. By the way, I want people to understand that he could take it to the house. He has speed. I can't wait to see him run. I think he's going to be one of the best running big men out there. He might be the fastest running big man out there from the interior. Again, guys, remember he's an interior guy. Everything that I saw from this kid was money, and that's why he's rising. Tackle falling. Tim Smith, defensive tackle out of Alabama. I don't know what it is, man. I just didn't like the players from Alabama this year. For some reason, they just seem like Alabama the players fell off. Now, he played get a couple of tackles in the actual Senior Bowl game, but in practice, he just didn't look good. He didn't win a lot of his one-on-ones, and he wasn't generating a lot of pressure up the middle. But he's a big guy, 3'11", more of a run-stuffing tackle. Defensive tackle, 6'4", nice height. Arm length is cool. Wingspan is great. 10 pressures, 2 sacks. You're not going to get the pressures He's more of a run-stuffing guy. So I see his stocks falling, which if he goes to the right situation, he becomes a rotational player, and he can find his way on a spot, on a roster, for sure. He just has to continue to show that he can stop the run and generate some type of pressures. But at the Senior Bowl, he didn't do much of it. And for that reason, not really seeing him explode out there from the front. And I saw some big defensive linemen explode. So pause. But I didn't get anything. No burst from him. No quick first step. No great get off. Just a big, strong guy. He's just a big, strong guy. Tim Smith's a big, strong guy. Sorry, Alabama, but let me know, man, what you guys think about Tim Smith. And make sure you hit that like button while you're here. Again, if you're just tuning into this, it's your first time watching, man, hit that subscribe button. All right? Click subscribe. Click on it, baby. It's real easy. You just hit the click button. It's, clicker, right? Just click on it. All right? Super duper easy. All right, let's get to our next player, riser, linebacker. Now, this kid played in the big game. He was good all his bowl games, man. Good in all his bowl games. Jack Kaiser, linebacker, Notre Dame. You want to know why I like this guy? Number one, he was all over the football field. Number two, hey, man, I need you to play safety. Okay, coach. Hey, man, I need you to play linebacker. Okay, coach. Like, linebacking, safety, doesn't that sound like a 49er combination right there? Safety, linebacker. It's like they want him to be that. 6'1", 227, 9 1/8 inch hands, 34-inch arms, 75, 3/8 inch wing span. A little bit over 75 and a quarter. But I liked everything look, as far as coverage, man, he's the guy. You can see what he did in college, 90 tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks. First of all, no interceptions, right? He got an interception in the bowl game, I think, against Penn State. But it got called back. But he plays very big. And I think he may be the fastest linebacker out there on the football field. And there were some linebackers that I loved. But this kid, to me, really stood out. And I think his stocks are going to rise. He might go from, maybe a 4th-round pick to a 3rd-round pick. He may be climbing the charts. Don't sleep on Jack Kaiser. Surefire tackler. You can see that. He can blitz. He can get into the backfield. And he can cover. I think he brings the speed element to the linebacking position. He's not going to play the mic, so you could put him out the weak side, or you could, he'll be that guy that can drop back in coverage if need be, cover a tight end, cover a running back if they go out on a wheel route. And see, if he goes out with these running backs on wheel routes, he can keep up with them because he has the speed. He definitely has the speed of most tight ends in the NFL. I mean, your tight ends in the NFL aren't running 4.3, 4.4, maybe 4.5. But the rest of the tight ends are probably slow. 4.7, 4.8, 4.9. He's fast. He's going to be faster than that. Love Jack Kaiser. He is going to be money. Next up, Cody Lindenberg. Now, look, this is not a shot at Cody Lindenberg because I know who he is and I know what he can do. But from practice and from the Senior Bowl week, he's dropping. Why? Because his strength is tackling. This is your strong side linebacker right here. This is the guy that's going to be on the field on base downs, stopping runs, plugging the gaps, filling the middle, getting around the side. Like, this is that guy. They didn't do any of that here. So for that reason, it's not a shot at him. Sorry, Minnesota fans. It's not a shot at your guy. I just feel like he wasn't used. 6'2", 239, 9.3 inch hands, 33-inch arms, 74, 77, 48 wingspan. He had 94 tackles in college his last season, 44 tackles for a loss, a sack, interception. I love this kid. And I thought I was going to get more. I mean, I had his name circled on my paper, and because of the lack of the run game, well, I won't say the lack of the run game. They did run the ball. Because of the way that the linebackers couldn't really break on the ball and tackling, you didn't get what you needed to get from Lindenberg. But if there was official tackling in practice, I think Lindenberg would have rocked the house And everybody would have been like, oh, snap. They would have been like, oh, snap. I'm telling you. They would have hit you with the, damn. Yeah, I'm telling you. For sure. But unfortunately for him, he's going to be falling down the draft stock. Now, listen, if he goes out and tests well, runs well, does things, the linebacking drill, pay attention to the cones, pay attention to the three shuttle cone, the 3-cone drill, pay attention to the shuttles. If he goes out and tests well, he'll boost himself back up. But from the Senior Bowl, that's unfortunate. He fell. Next up, my safety, man. Look, I love Jonas Sanker out of Virginia. I think he was probably the best safety. Caleb Ransaw from Tulane thought played well, but man, Billy Bowman Jr. is going to be a second-round pick or a third-round pick. He's going to be a day 2 guy for sure. Billy Bowman Jr. You want a guy that can cover and tackle? 54 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, and an interception was his stats. He's 5'9", 198. He's a little short. Little short. I don't know if he'll fit the 49ers. I don't know if the height, but from what I heard, is the Niners are looking to get faster. He looks like he has the speed to cover. That's a good bonus. Number 2, he can hit. He can thump. So it's thumping, it's covering, it's what you want from the safety. You want a free safety. Is 5'9" a free safety, or are they going to be, put him in the box? At 198, going against those 215, 20, 25-pound running backs, woo, covering them big tight ends, woo, it could be tough. But I think the kid is going to lightning fast. That's what I'm going to get. I can't wait to see him run, but he's the guy that's going to be money at the safety position, in my opinion, from what I saw from the Senior Bowl. Again, Jonas Sanker from Virginia was another guy, but I thought that Bowman Jr. was the one that actually stood out. I felt like Sanker got the senior treatment, he's the guy. But I like what I saw from Billy Bowman Jr. In both run and pass game. So there you go. Guy falling, Dante Trader Jr. Didn't really see much of him. Was looking for him. I think he had a PBU. But again, I won't say he was underutilized. I just don't think he did enough to crack the rotation of the different safeties. 5'10", 196, so he's a little bit taller than Billy Bowman. The speed, the recovery speed was there. It's going to be tough dealing with some of these tight ends that are coming out. Like Terrence Ferguson caught some beautiful passes over the middle. Mason Taylor burnt Dante Trader Jr. I'm just trying to tell you, if these safeties can't cover these big tight ends, these athletic tight ends, it's going to be a problem. You want to stay away from those guys. They got to be able to cover. And so because I felt like Dante Trader maybe had, I don't want to say a weak Senior Bowl week, but more like a downgradable Senior Bowl week. He didn't do anything that flashed, in my opinion. Anything that flashed. He didn't have any wild plays that be like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, he falls. The cream of the crop. The cornerbacks. My guy, he's going to get the bell. Jacob Parrish, I thought, was the best cornerback. I mean, there were some good ones. Reynolds was good out of Tulane. I feel like I got another typo here, but don't charge it to me. Charge it to the damn game. I'm not going back and editing this one. I forgot the R in Parrish. Clearly, I can't spell. But Jacob Parrish, cornerback out of Kansas State, 5'9", 196. You want a finisher at the cornerback position? You see how he had 50 tackles? Well, at practice, he tackled everybody. He didn't give a who you were. He made the tackles. That's going to bother me if I don't fix that. But I'm not going to fix it. 50 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 2 interceptions on the season. He was tremendous in the red zone. I thought he was tremendous in the red zone. Didn't get beat deep, didn't get burnt, and he has some speed to him. And again, I think the Niners, he's like a dog. He reminds me of Demo. That's that. Why not have 2 Demos? Why not have a JP and a Demo? Why not have a J-Co and a Demo? J-Co P and Demo? I like that. Hey, J-Co P! I like that. I got to spell his name right, though. P-A-R-R-I-S-H. See what happens when you up late at night trying to put graphics together? You make typos. But yeah, this is definitely a guy that I think is going to be a problem in the next level. Can't wait to see him test. I think his athleticism is through the roof, and if he finishes tackles, he's not afraid to tackle. So you got some of these cornerbacks in the league that are just afraid to tackle. Not this kid. And I think the more he grows in the NFL, the more his confidence grows. Oh, the more surefire he's gonna be. The more dog he's gonna grow himself into. Jacob Parrish is money. Money. All right, Tommy Hill. I wanted to really like this kid, but I felt like he made too many mistakes in the Senior Bowl practice. He had two plays that I loved, but 2 out of, let's just say, 15, it's not a good ratio. 2 plays that I did love, though, was his PBU in the corner end zone, and I think he was blitzing, and him and his co-partner, Ty Robinson. You want a big strong defensive tackle? Ty Robinson. God, Lord, that dude looked like the mountain from freaking Game of Thrones. Ty Robinson and him. Robinson was up the middle. He was from the side. Like if you could hit the quarterback, that quarterback would have been crunched. I wish I had that. You got knocked the out. Like that would have been serious. But other than that, man, he's just. I don't think he has the speed. And I think he struggled in coverage, not on the short field. Good in red zone. But when you had to play actual defense, I think he struggles in the man versus zone concepts, and that's a faller for me. I'm sorry, that's a faller. Big faller for me. How well will he test though at the combine? That's going to be something to stand out. Like some of these guys are going to run through the roof. I could tell. Some of these guys are going to be able to run through the roof and jump through the roof. When you're looking at cornerbacks, what are they testing? Running and jumping. They want to see how far they can jump, how high they can jump, and how fast they can run. That's it. That's the cornerback. That's the safeties. That's the wide receivers. Those are their drills. They want to test the athleticism of these guys. I look for other things, but I'm just saying that's pretty much what you need, the trifecta. I spelled his name right, though, damn it. You daggone right I did. 21 tackles, a tackle for a loss, an interception, and a pass deflection. 6 feet, 210. Big guy. Doesn't look 210, though. That's good. Doesn't look 10. He looks slim out there. Quick. He was quick. But unfortunately, these receivers were catching. Best all day. Like in practice. Like all day. In the game. All day. So he's definitely going to be a faller for me. Those are my risers and fallers for the defensive side of the football, man. Let me know what you guys think out there. Make sure you hit that like button when you're watching this joint. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and you can support the stream by joining the Breezie Bunch crew, where you get all these cool perks and all this stuff. Please, and if you don't want to subscribe, you don't want to do any of that, you can share this joint for free. Like, you know what I mean? So go ahead and share it, man. Just grab it, copy the link, share. I think I have a share button. Click on share. You can put it wherever you want it to go. Okay, so do that for me, man. I'm trying to grow this channel, and I need your help, and I appreciate you guys out there. And don't forget, man, listen, check out some of these other videos. It's more for it's 49ers content creating, but, you know, guys, I'm going to be covering more of the NFL stuff this upcoming season. So check out some of the other videos. We got draft shows. We got all kinds of shows, man, up here on the WayneBreezie NFL. All right, so make sure you guys check it out. Love y'all 1,000%. If you're a 49er fan, keep it faithful to the Bay and support your teams out there, man. And I truly appreciate you for supporting me. Until the next time, peace.